This is a pop-up. Let me hit live chat. I don't even have you on my TV. This isn't going to be that long. I just noticed that nobody was on a live right now. And I came home and let me just quickly try to set myself up here so I could see comments. If anybody comes in, I may be on and off of this before anybody rolls on in. Let's see. Ooh, there. Hello, Muriel. Again, yes. So I just wanted to come on here real quick. Two reasons. One, I want to finish up the quilt that I was working on this morning because I am so close. Hello, Katie Crafts. And the other is I came home and I got my Fabric Cafe box I've been waiting on. And hold on. I think I could see the live chat now. Yes, we are successfully connected. So I could see the live chat now here. And I'm thinking, I didn't order anything from Amazon. So here I am, I'm ordering. It doesn't tell me who sent me this, but there's a package from Amazon. And it is a seam ripper. So hi, Catherine. Hi, Becky. So thank you to whoever this was that sent me this seam ripper. It'll go in good use because my other ones are very dull. And I've been doing a no-no. I just have been ripping, which I saw someone do, and I said, oh, I've never done that. So yes, I did that. But I've been using my trusty one. But thank you because I need to get it started. So I came on here to thank the person who did that. Now there is another package, and I think this is something I ordered because I haven't received it yet. But then I got thinking, you know what? Oh, it is. Okay. So what this is for Prince, which is my 301 long bed. I got a 1/4-inch foot for him and a walking foot for him. So yes, so I have a walking foot for him and that. So that's what this was. But I wanted to make sure that there wasn't any other surprises because that was quite a surprise. So we'll put that here. That's my favorite seam ripper. I love clovers. I do. I love clovers. The other thing, hi Donnell, how are you? The other thing I love are these pins. I was just talking to Lynn about them. She didn't have them in her store, or else I would have ordered some from her. These are, hello, now I can't remember. These, why can't I remember? Well, anyway, these were patchwork pins, super fine, 1 5/8. It's the ones that have the heat resistant tips, and the name has escaped me. I have these, which she has in her store, but these are actually the ones that are my favorite. I use this for binding because it's a thicker needle, but I use this all the time. Magic pins, yes. And my magic pins, as we talked while she's here, a lot of them are bent. It's time for new ones, but I'm waiting for them to go on sale. But I only use these green ones, and they're called patchwork pins, but not the flathead, because these are also called patchwork. These are the fine 1 5/8. I highly recommend them if you haven't tried them. Yes, I always go back to those. So I've done some stuff while it was lunchtime and I came home. I finished putting, well, I had this part, but I put in the white border all the way around, and I cut up the leftover strips. And I'm going to give you the size for these because I cut these, I measured all my strip end, like scrap pieces, and they measured, here it is, I have one here. They measured a little bit over 16. So I cut them 8 inches because this is going to be kind of like my border. So I met, and I can give you this size because this is not the size for anything else. So I put 8 inches. I put together all my strips, and yes, I ripped off 2 of the end pieces, and I added 2 white pieces, and I'll show you why in a second. Because when we discuss this, I want to have this white, and then I want to encapsulate this also with white. So we're going to put this down, and we're going to finish this quilt up. It's my mission to finish this quilt up today. Honey's like, wait, you're going on a live? I'm like, yes, I'm going on a live, and I'm finishing this quilt up. Because tomorrow I have to work on something else. I don't know what I'm going to work on tomorrow, but we're going to work on something else. I have this here, which was one of the kits that Gina sent me for the retreat. So I'm going to work on that tomorrow. And then I will have finished all my retreat quilts. All right, so I know this is upright because I have the hearts. How's everybody doing? How's everybody's day been going? Everybody having a good day? I know a lot of you are probably working like Donnell. So yesterday, Donnell was sewing up a gnome. Was it yesterday or the day before? I saw you on a live. I was lurking, but I didn't say anything. You know, sometimes I come home and I see a live and I just put it on and I start doing things in the house. And this week was one of those. I just try to get like the watch hours in because like Crystal Hart yesterday, she has another channel where she does true crime, and I was tired, so I stopped in. I gave her the, as you call, pay the rent. That's what Joe says from Vintage Style by Joe. And I just had it going. I fell asleep when I woke up. It was on the YouTube channel, but it was like over. Yes, it was yesterday. You know, all my days are blending together. Your birthday gnome. All my days are blending together. So I'm excited. I really want to get this as a, well, it's not, I guess, really done because it's not going to be quilted. And maybe that's what I'll work on when my son isn't home. Maybe I'll wake up my husband at 5 a.m. and run my long arm. That sucker has not been run in a while. I completely appreciate the lurking. I feel bad because sometimes I can't go through all the chat to say hello, and I know I don't do that. And everybody does spend the time to do that. I feel bad, but it's like I come home and it's like go, 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 go. Like today I'm home and theoretically I should be go, 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 go. But I'm on a mission. I want to finish this quilt. I told Honey, I am finishing this quilt. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Hello. Yes, surprise. Hello, Helen. I also thought some of you I know have made like that you would like an afternoon live every so often. So I don't want to step on anyone's toes. I noticed that nobody that I saw on the schedule had one today. Not to say that they're not one that I don't know about. So I was sewing this regardless whether I'm on a live or not. I told Honey that. It's definitely happening. Oh, so that's the indication for being officially old when we have to take a nap. Leanna, never feel bad for lurking. Sometimes after talking all day at work, we just don't have the mental. I don't. I really, I can't do it. And yeah, so I'll just be lurking. All right. Well, for my afternoon peeps who normally don't get my crazy survival questions, here we go. Let's see. Here we go. How to retrieve honey from, and not my honey, real honey, from a beehive without getting stung. All right, ready? Is that blue or teal pins? These are like a minty green pin. Magic pins, minty green. Why is it not focusing on it? There it goes. Maybe there. And they are an 1 7/8. 1 7/8 inch, and they say fine. From spreading, yeah. So she uses another. Okay, so here we go. How to retrieve honey from a beehive without getting stung. A, light damp wood on fire and wave it around the hive. Bees don't like smoke and will leave temporarily. B, throw a stick or a rock at the hive from a safe distance. The bees will leave. C, rub flowers over your hand and gently reach into the hive. The pollen will disguise your skin and the bees will not sting you. Now, I'm going with Donnell as A. I don't recommend doing B or C at all. I'm just saying those are crazy answers. Yes, exactly. I know you do, Becky. So it's A. All right. Here we go. How to force an assailant to the ground. A, stamp on the assailant's foot and press on the corner of his or her chest with your palm. B, spray the assailant with pepper spray. Or C, knee the assailant in the outer thigh 4 to 6 inches above the knee. AKA knee them in where it's gonna hurt. Is what I'm gonna guess. And D, if you're Puerto Rican, you take off your stiletto heel and you whack them right there too. If you do B or C, keep an eye on the EpiPen. Yeah, exactly. I'm going with kneeing them. Yep. That would be C. That would be C. All right. Let me go. We're going to the other end. Now, let's see how I put this one. Because honestly, I didn't even know how I put this one. So I put this one with, okay, so I have to start with this side. Yeah, that goes there. Okay. I think we've done some of these. Oh, here we go. So this morning we went skydiving and we went for our first lesson and then our parachute didn't open. We went for our 60th birthday. And so now here is part B of that question. How to survive now. Remember, last time our chutes weren't opening, but now, how to survive when 2 parachutes become entangled. Yep. A, the top person should cut free from the bottom person's chute. C, the bottom person should cut free from the top person's chute. Or C, both people should curl into a ball, speeding the descent to help untangle the chutes. Now, I don't know about you, but if 2 of those choices, you're cutting something. So first of all, I guess you got scissors while you're in midair. I'm not sure how you're cutting everything. Second of all, wait a second. Doesn't that mean the other person gets to like crash? I don't. I don't know if that's either one. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not, well, here, D. I ain't going skydiving. So therefore, that isn't going to happen to me. I don't need to know how to survive that. It would be my key to keep your butt on the ground. D, stay on the ground. Then now I think like I missed something there. D, none of the above. Yeah, I don't. Oh. So what is it? You save yourself and then you cut the other person off? I mean, I don't understand that. Okay. Here we go. Everybody's with D. we're staying put. We're staying put. So the answer is A. If you should go skydiving, and should you get entangled with someone else's parachute, make sure that the top person should cut free from the bottom person's chute. Now, I don't know what is happening after that, honestly. I really don't know what is happening after that. I don't know who makes it, but I guess someone does. I guess you do, because it says how to survive. So, here you go. There you go. How to make a splint. Ready? How to make a splint. A, reposition the broken or fractured limb as best you can. Then take a flat board that is exactly the same width as the limb and bind them together with cloth strips. B, raise the limb above the heart for 3 minutes. Wind cloth around the limb as tightly as is comfortable. C, take anything rigid and flat, a board, ruler, etc., and bind it to the limb with cloth. Do not reposition the limb. The bottom person will be holding on to the top person. Well, thank you, Muriel, because I was like thinking, what a horrible decision to make. I wish they would have said that in those choices. We are making waves. We are getting through this. All right, no one knows how to make a splint. So I'm going to tell you the answer here. The answer is C. Take any rigid and flat, like a board ruler, and bind it to the limb with cloth. Do not reposition the limb. Do not reposition it. All right, so this one is done. All right. Okay, here we go. How to catch a cyber stalker. How to catch a cyber stalker. A, read your email with a plain text editor. You will most likely be able to identify the stalker's location through the header. B, set up an auto replay and copy the local police department so they can track the recipient. Or C, pretend that you are their friend and the stalker will likely leave you alone. Muriel's saying the top person would wrap their legs around the bottom person to hold them. And let me tell you, you better have a tight grip, Muriel, because if you don't, your butt is gone. You better have a kung fu grip on that person with your legs. It never works as the header does not guarantee location. All right. Yeah, sometimes these aren't the most accurate answers. All right, so this is what we have. I'm going to iron this and put this up. I'm ironing. I'll be back. D, send the to spam folder and forget about them. That's what Donnell says. All right, so this is where we're at, and I am going to cut. I'm going to cut, and it's a little weird because we got this going on, but that's okay. I needed to make this longer. This now will fit. The measurement is definitely big enough for a twin bed. It would give you a nice side. Here we go. The legs can grip better than the arms because you have to control the amount of rolling in the air with your guide roped. Apparently, Muriel's been jumping out of lots of planes. God bless you, Muriel. I'm still not jumping out of a plane. Okay, so we're going to put this here, and I am going to need 3, so I have 2 there, and I need 2 more. So we will cut 2 more strips. Thank you. So the pattern is Satterley from Villa Rosa, and I made it unique by doing raw edge applique of those hearts using scraps. So I had lots of scraps, and I was trying to figure out what else I could do with them. No, but I do know people who are skydivers. Ah, okay. I see. All right, so we are. Oh, Donnell, did you ever get those? You know what? I don't know. You probably did, and I missed it. I hope that you got squares for me. I sent you squares for your daddy. It was a while ago, but some of my stuff wasn't getting to people. And I think you were in that big thing of mailings that it took forever for people to get their stuff. Except for Giovanna. She got her stuff faster than people did in the States. Go figure. All right, so I'm putting together 3 of these strips. And then hopefully it'll be enough, and then this quilt will be done. We can call it done and finished and find it a home. You could not get me to jump out of a perfectly good plane. All right. So this whole thing with catching a cyber stalker is read your email with a plain text editor. You will most likely be able to identify the stalker's location through the header, but like someone just said, that's not a thing anymore. So, but guess what? you know, we all said, Donnell said to just ignore that stalker. Yep, that's what she said, to ignore that stalker. I showed that, yeah, see, I told you, I probably missed him. I just wanted to make sure you got them because I don't know why I had problems mailing, but people were not getting their stuff. It was, eventually they did, but I'm talking about weeks went by. So Donnell said to ignore it and put it in the spam folder. Hello, good afternoon, Joyce. We're finishing up our Saturday quilt before I spend the evening with Honey, because I have to do that, but I have to finish this quilt that's been on my mind all day today. So, because we did not take that stalker seriously, because, you know, we have to have back address, you know, backstory. Here we go. How to survive a kidnapping. Yes, our stalker found us, and now he has kidnapped us. All right. Ready? A. How to survive a kidnapping. A. If rescue is imminent, resist the kidnappers in every way possible. B. Do not attempt to escape on your own. Wait for rescuers. Or C. Do whatever your captors say without argument and communicate that you want to stay alive. And this is a pop question because, a pop quiz question, because I remember this question in the other game we had. I feel like this game company ripped me off because they're using half of the questions from their other game. Scratch and pull hair to get DNA under nails. Bite, scratch, kick wherever sun don't shine. Grab, twist, and pull you the you know what. Yup. Yeah, I actually find it quite interesting, the answer they picked. The kidnappers were paid to return me. I'm that annoyingly perky. All right. So the answer is C. Do whatever your captors say without argument and communicate that you want to stay alive. That is their answer. The only thing is, I have seen a lot of stories from people who have been kidnapped, and they say they survived because they fought like heck. So, I don't know. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I don't know about some of the answers I get. All right, so we have this. And we're going to put this on the other side. And then we are done, done, done. We can have a I'm done quilt party. Anyone ever read that book, Ransom of Red Chief, where those guys kidnapped the sheriff's brat kid and they had to pay the town to take the kid back? No, I can't say that I have. All right, here we are. All right, so we're done with the kidnapping. Okay. How to avoid trouble at a foreign border. A. Avoid using binoculars on your camera. B. Avoid drawing attention to yourself with loud, animated conversations while waiting for your passport to be checked. Or C. Avoid any monetary transactions. Keep your money out of sight. My mom kidnapped me and my siblings in 1978, and my dad got us back by tricking her with a bus ticket to visit her sick mom. Wow, Muriel, wow, that's crazy. Keep money out of sight and avoid attention. So that's C. Rita's saying C. I'm so excited. Another retreat finish. Hi, Gina. How are you, girl? I am finishing up another retreat finish, and we are going to be working on your quilt tomorrow. We're going to finish that off. I have to still cut some strips. I'm just going to use this white that I had, this confetti white. I have a little bit of it left over, so I think it'll be enough. And then I'm going to be sewing up. Actually, the quilt is almost all, the strips are almost put together. I just haven't cut them and placed them up yet. So I'm ecstatic. It's allergy season, so I'm dealing with that. Love your top. Thank you. So Gina's kitty cat was sick. How's your kitty cat doing? Or Dave's kitty cat, whatever you want to call it. Depends on the day. Whose kitty cat I think it is. All right. So here we go. I'm not going to iron it. I'm just going to put it up here. Whoops, but not upside down. I think Honey's trying to get my attention. He's got that TV on very loud. It's heavy, so I had to pin it. So here it is. This is the finish. The actual quilt ended here, right where this white is. It ended there. I added this whole, oh, but you can't even see it. Sorry. All right, here we go. I'm going to put this up. So the quilt, and this is the quilt Satterley. The quilt ended here, from here. So this part I added this part. I had so many of, and I still have, look at this, and I still have scraps. Oh Lord, the heifer refused to eat for 2 days and then hid from Dave, and he wasn't able to give her the antibiotics. Her cough is mostly gone, but she only got 3 of the antibiotics out of 10 days. Oh, okay. She's being feisty. So I had a lot of these, and I said, I have to use them in this quilt. And so I added this on the top, that on the bottom, and we are now measuring at, let's see, we are now measuring, I believe, 60.5 by, so this was a square quilt, and I made it now a rectangle quilt. So we have, that's 60 and 10, 80. So it is 60 by 80 is what this quilt is. So if anybody is out there making Quilt of Valor quilts, this actually, by me adding this extra 8-inch border here, and then the extra 2.5-inch border here on the top and the bottom. So if you had a red, white, and blue jelly roll, this and some yardage, this would make a great Quilt of Valor. and it's called Satterly by Villa Rosa. I got this from Soft Squares. This, and she gifted me the jelly roll and the background. So I still have, even though I still have scraps. No problem. You have a great day, Donnell. So I have this scrap. I have this scrap because, you know, I cut heart from it, and this. And so what I am thinking is, I'm actually just really thinking, let's see what this is. It's my mama's birthday. Well, it was my mama's birthday. Okay, so this is 13 inches high. I was thinking maybe making some placemats for her and sending her some placemats, because I can get 2 identical placemats here. And let's see, what is a placemat? I don't remember what a placemat is. I think it's like 12.5 by something, 18. So what I could do is, look at this, that fits perfect. I can make 4 out of this. One would be a little different. This one is just shy. So I could add, though, one of these strips just going this way on purpose, you know, and then have 3 others, and then she can do whatever she wants with them. Could you make a machine cover for one of your machines? Possibly. I possibly could. I don't know, I was just thinking of things I could do with these. And I thought, I could just make a really nice, like, springy for her to put on her table. She only really needs 2, but I could definitely make 2 from these. And then these leftovers, I can just, that strip would be perfect for the silverware. There you go. And maybe the other one I'll just use as a extra one for here, because I always am needing placemats. We destroy them here, honestly. I don't care. I'll just make new ones. They get stained up. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do with these. I'm going to make it into some tablecloths so nothing goes to waste, and then this project and these scraps are done and over, and I never have to see it again. The scraps. You know what's happening is I'm just becoming so inundated with scraps if I don't use them as I go. And it took me a long time to get them under control, and I feel like I have them right under control. Use placemats for my machine to dull the sound of the vibration. There you go. That's it. So Satterly is gonna, I have to order some protectors. I've got to find out what protectors. Someone sent me something that I could put Villa Rosa in, and thank you, Sheila. I'm like, who sends me this? Nobody. There was nothing in there. Sheila said, Sheila, there's the person. I knew it was a peep. She sent me a seam ripper, and I desperately need seam rippers. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I forgot to order my seam rippers yesterday from Soft Squares. I had it in my thing, and this morning I woke up and I said, oops, I forgot to put my order through. It's all good. Good afternoon, Annette and Sheila. So thank you. I actually came on here to thank the person for the seam ripper, and I wanted to finish this. This is done. Now, honey's waiting for me. He's got the TV on real loud to remind me that he's waiting for me. And then I got to get dinner going. So everyone, have a great evening. I'm so happy I got some time in to pop in and say hi to you all, spend some time with you all. Are the hearts in the pattern, or did you add that? I added that. And I uploaded a video today to say how to make your quilt unique. And I used, let me show you what I used. Not only did Lynn give me that, she gave me these. And I said, oh, I could use those in the thing. So, yes. So I made these in the last, 2 or 3 lives I've been working on this. And then I have a little video I put out this morning. This is so pretty. That's a better pattern in my opinion. Well, thank you. I like it. I think it opened it up. Like all those, yeah. I think it just tied it all up and used more of the scraps. But anyway, I've got to go. Everybody have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. We will be working on, we will be working on, this is a free pattern, and it is called Type It by Zen Chic. Hi, Aisha. Bye, Loretta. So we'll be working on this tomorrow morning. Everyone take care. Bye.